Today I am reacting to a Tokusatsu series guide for new fans by Toko Professor. We're starting off with Kamen Rider. The first video is Kamen Rider, and then the second video is about Super Sentai. I was recommended this by a viewer on the channel. He had commented on my Power Ranger video, and he told me about this. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out for you, viewer. I don't remember your name, but I do remember your comment. I do remember you commenting, letting me know about this channel and letting me know about this video. So I'm going to check out the first one, being about Kamen Rider. You know, it is the Tokusatsu series guide for new fans. I'll say this, I don't know nothing about Kamen Rider. And the only thing I do know is from the Tojima anime. I think it's Tojima-kan Wants to Be Kamen Rider. I've seen that anime and I like it. It's really funny. Guys, go check that out. But I was doing my first introduction to Kamen Rider, so I really don't know nothing about Kamen Rider. And as far as Tokusatsu shows, I know about Super Sentai, which I got into Super Sentai recently, which I've been a fan of Power Rangers since I was a kid, but watching the original series, I started last year, so I started with Zoo Ranger. So I'm just now getting to like Super Sentai. And as far as Kamen Rider, again, I don't know nothing about Kamen Rider. I only know because of the anime Tojima Wants to Be Kamen Rider. So if you guys want to see me react to some Kamen Rider shows, the Kamen Rider series, let me know. Let me know what Kamen Rider series you want me to react to, because I know there's like multiple different variations of Kamen Rider. So I really don't know which one to start with. But if there's one in particular you want me to check out for the channel, comment below and I'll check it out and I'll react to it and upload it to the channel. But further ado, let's check out the 3-minute introduction to Kamen Rider Tokusatsu series guide for new fans, Toko Showcase by Toko Professor.
One and all to Toku Showcase, a video series where I, the Toku Professor, introduce Japanese special effects series, both prominent and...
I've seen Ultraman. Never watched the show. But I've seen like pictures of Ultraman. I don't even know who Ultraman is or what he does. Guys know anything about Ultraman? Should I check that out too? I never watched Ultraman, so I've seen pictures of him, but I don't know nothing about him.
Special effects series, both prominent and obscure to new audiences, and brief, easy-to-digest, informative videos. If you're new to the Tokusatsu genre, this is the series for you. And if you're already a Toku nerd, these are the perfect videos to share with your pals, so they too can learn to appreciate the shows you love. And who knows, maybe you'll learn something too. Today we're looking at one of Japan's favorite superhero franchises, Toei's long-running Kamen Rider series, which revolutionized the tokusatsu genre and has remained immensely popular since its inception in the early 70s. So let's put 3 minutes on the clock and rider kick our way into a multiverse of motorcycle-riding bug-eyed cyborgs. Loosely based on the works of famous manga artist Shotaro Ishinomori, the very first Kamen Rider season premiered on April 3, 1971. In the show, a motorcycle racer named Takeshi Hongo is kidnapped and transformed into a powerful grasshopper-themed cyborg by the mysterious terrorist organization Shocker. But he escapes and uses his powers for good to battle Shocker's animal-themed monsters.
Okay. So, was there a reason why he was a bug? Exactly? Like, is there like an actual reason? Like, why is it bug themed?
Called Kaijin, in crazy action sequences throughout the course of the show. Going by the name Kamen, meaning masked, Rider, the hero would undergo a transformation by activating a special belt powered by the wind, and would finish off his foes with his signature move, known as the Rider Kick. During filming for episode 10, the actor who played Hongo broke both of his legs while attempting a motorcycle stunt, which resulted in his character being temporarily replaced with a second Kamen Rider, with a similar backstory, now known as Kamen Rider 2. In episode 40, Kamen Rider 1 returned as the main...
Hold on. Let's go back. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go back to that. Let's go back. You mean to tell me that in real life on the production of the set, the actor broke his leg or something, and they got a new actor, and they just like, oh yeah, that guy just called Kamen Rider too. The heck? If I'm not mistaken, is that what they did? Let me go back to that. 'Cause what?
And would finish off his foes with his signature move, known as the Rider Kick. During filming for episode 10, the actor who played Hongo broke both of his legs while attempting a motorcycle stunt, which resulted in his character being temporarily replaced with a second Kamen Rider with a similar backstory, now known as Kamen Rider 2.
What is going on? So they just like on the fly, just like, yeah. The reason why Kamen Rider 1 is now Kamen Rider 2 and this and that, like, yo, what? Yo, this is crazy. That's why there's so many freaking writers. So, like, especially when I was watching Tojima, there's like different writers. Like, there's V3, which I don't know who V3 is exactly. There's Kamen Rider. There's Rider Man. Like, I was just like, yo, there's like so many different writers, and like, I, I, I guess that checks out. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean, I guess nobody would figure that out. I guess nobody would really think about it. Like, it is what it is. I mean, actually, that's actually creative. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, as you know, I'm joking about it and laughing about it, but it's like very creative. Like, you know, a reason why stuff happens, and they wrote that in the story, and like, that's A+ for me.
In episode 40, Kamen Rider 1 returned as the main protagonist, but 2 would occasionally show up to fight alongside him in partnered missions.
Okay, so 2 was just push off to the side. Now I gotta. Okay, so like, Kamen Rider 1 was out of commission. 2 came. Kamen Rider 1's back. Now 2's pushed off to the side. Was there an in-universe reason behind that? Like, as far as like, again, in universe with the characters, like, do they know that Kamen Rider 1 came back and now Kamen Rider 2's gone, and you won't be seeing Kamen Rider 2 as much? Like, I don't know, just like, because like, I mean, you're trying to build a story and build like a world building story. It's just something to think about if anyone like actually caught on to that in universe.
The series lasted 98 episodes and heavily impacted the tokusatsu genre as a whole, with many shows copying its formula. A sequel series, Kamen Rider V3, began airing the week after the first show ended, and followed the adventures of the third Kamen Rider, who received his powers from the originals. Several more series, each about a new rider with different powers, would follow, some of which also proved to be quite popular, but over time new installments came out less frequently, and the franchise went almost completely dormant going into the 90s. The series' creator, Shotaro Ishinomori, began working on plans to revive the series in 1997, and helped get the ball rolling on the next production, Kamen Rider Kuga, but died before its successful release in January of 2000. A pseudo-sequel, Kamen Rider Agito, came out the following year, and from then on, a new Kamen Rider show would release every single year, right up to today. These newer shows introduced several new concepts to the series which stuck, such as each new Kamen Rider living in a separate reality with different rules and villainous forces, and even different interpretations of what it means to be a Kamen Rider, most riders having access to alternate forms, each granting them different abilities, and more complex storylines. But many things have remained the same throughout the franchise's run. The riders transform using a...
I know that, if I'm not mistaken, I think the riders are cyborgs. So, like, is each rider a cyborg or not? Like, or is that was just the original riders? They were cyborgs. I really don't know. I do have a video in my playlist that dives more in deep of the history, so I will be watching that on stream one day. The history, like a more in depth history about Kamen Rider, but a viewer had recommended me this, so just like a little short snippet of the lore, the history. So I know on my stream, on this channel, we're gonna be diving deep into like the lore and history more in depth, and like spending more time understanding Kamen Rider, because again, I don't know much about Kamen Rider aside from the Tojima Wants to Be Kamen Rider anime, and I do want to check it out. I want to check out Kamen Rider and get into it. So again, let me know if you guys want me to see me watch a Kamen Rider series. Comment below what Kamen Rider series you want me to react to.
Belt after calling out Hinshin and take on a group of supervillains and kaijin bent on world domination in exciting martial arts battles, often finishing them off with a rider kick. Almost all main riders get around by motorcycle, and their powers are usually linked to the series' villains in some way, but are used for good. Many of the shows feature darker themes, though the modern shows also try to appeal to younger kids more to drive toy sales. Finally, the writers from the various universes are often united, usually in movies, to take on even greater threats to their multiverse. And that's the Kamen Rider series in a nutshell. Thanks for watching.
Okay, guys, now we're in the Super Sentai. This is by the Toko Professor again. This time it's the Super Sentai, the series that became Power Rangers. 3-minute introduction. The last video we watched was about Kamen Rider, so this one's about Super Sentai. I know a little bit of Super Sentai. Again, I know that Power Rangers is based off of Super Sentai, and Power Rangers use a lot of footage from Super Sentai. But I don't know how it started. I don't know how it began. My first Super Sentai series again was Zoo Ranger, and now on my channel I am watching Gaia Ranger, so that's the only Super Sentai shows I know. And I got started watching Super Sentai last year. It piqued my interest, and I was like, you know what? Let me try it out. Let me check it out. I saw that, they have all the Super Sentai on Tubi, and I was like, yo, I might as well take advantage of this. And yeah, so now we're here. Now I'm in, watching the originals, watching the original stories, and I'm enjoying it so far. So further ado, let's get into this video. Let's see what Toko Professor got to say.
Toku Showcase, the video series where I, the Toku Professor, introduce new audiences to Japanese special effects franchises, both prominent and obscure, in brief informative videos. If you're new to Tokusatsu, this is the series for you, and if you're already a big fan of the
If I'm not mistaken, I think Godzilla's part of Tokusatsu, which I'm a big Godzilla fan. I love Godzilla. I love Godzilla. Like, I love Godzilla. I will tell you guys a story, and this is my earliest memory I could think of. Like, this is how far my memory could go back. My memory could go back to 1998. Why 1998 precise? You guys ever watched the Godzilla movie that came out in the West? That came out of Hollywood in 1998. You guys remember when Taco Bell had a promotional deal with the Godzilla movie? Taco Bell had a promotion deal with the Godzilla movie. Yeah, I remember being a kid, sitting on the floor eating, and I believe my mom gave me a cup. It was a Taco Bell cup, and Godzilla was on the straw, or Godzilla was like on the cup. I remember that. That's how far my memory goes. Like, my memory goes back to 1998 with the Godzilla movie, Godzilla '98. But besides that, I remember. Okay, there used to be a time back, when 2014, when that first Godzilla movie came out, the revival, I guess, in the States, in 2014. From there, I would watch every movie until COVID came. Like, I would watch every Godzilla movie in release in the theaters, but when COVID came, I wasn't able to. So I think the last one I watched in theaters was King of Monsters, which is the best in the series. Yo, I'm sorry. King of Monsters, hands down, is the best. That is better than King Kong versus Godzilla. That is better than New Empire. King of Monsters is the best, and I stand on this. Now, original Japanese versions of Godzilla, I can't speak on. The only ones I've seen was Shin Godzilla and Godzilla Minus One. Also, am I not mistaken? I think Godzilla Minus One is coming back. I think. Because that movie left off the cliffhanger. That movie did left off on a cliffhanger. Godzilla Minus One did kind of left off the cliffhanger because the female protagonist was still alive. How did she live? How did she survive? I want to know. Also, Zen Godzilla. I think Zen Godzilla coming back too. Because, just because he's made of a statue now or he's fossilized, that's not the end, man. That's not the end. And also, what was that on his tail? Guys, let me know if you've seen Shin Godzilla and Godzilla Minus One. You guys know if you some Godzilla fans. But yeah, like I said, when I was watching the Hollywood production, the Hollywood version of the West, the United States version of Godzilla, I started from 2014 to 2019. I would watch every Godzilla movie that come out in the movie theaters until COVID stopped me. Couldn't go see the latest ones, but I would go like every time. Every time a Godzilla movie was coming out, I was going to the theater, man. I would literally have my popcorn, my soda, my watching Godzilla, man. I love Godzilla, love it, love Godzilla. But yeah, again, King of Monsters, hands down the best one, hands down. You could argue with your mom about that, but King of Monsters, hands down the best. But let me show you guys something real quick. Okay, this is every Godzilla 1998 Taco Bell commercial. I'm not lying, guys. Taco Bell did have a promotional deal with the 1998 Godzilla movie. I do remember this being a kid. I had to be about 3 years old at the time when this came out. But I do remember this. I do remember Taco Bell and Godzilla. That's how far back my memory goes. Like my memory does go back to like '98. Let me guys know if you remember anything from 1998. Because the only thing I remember from 1998 was Godzilla and Taco Bell. I swear to you.
Godzilla's hiding, and it's up to you to find him. Just buy a medium or larger drink. If you find Godzilla, use your decoder to reveal what you've won.
Uh-oh. I think I need a bigger box.
Now Godzilla fits in a Taco Bell kids meal. Get him or one of four other action.
Okay. So it was a kids' meal. That's what it was. Okay. Okay. Because I remember this. I remember all this. I remember this. I believe I had this. I had this one right here. I had this one. That's what I had. Oh, so it was a kids' meal. That's why. That's what I had. Okay. See, I don't remember that part. I didn't know at the time it was a kids' meal. But now as an adult looking back, okay, it was a kids' meal my parents bought me. Okay. But yeah, I had this as a kid. I was a little kid, about 3 years old. I had this one.
Action toys, tanks, fighter jets, baby Godzillas, and helicopters. Only at Taco Bell.
But yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you that about Godzilla. I wanted to show you guys that. Let you know what I'm talking about. But let's get back to the video. But before we get back to the video, just let me know if you guys ever had the toy mill from Taco Bell in '98. The Godzilla toy mill in '98. Let me know. You guys know you guys remember watching the movie back in '98. If you remember anything from that time period.
The genre, these are the perfect videos to show your friends so they too can learn to appreciate the shows you love. And maybe you'll learn a thing or two as well. Today, at long last, it's time to cover the Super Sentai franchise, the Japanese series about teams of multicolored superheroes for kids that was later modified into Power Rangers outside Japan. We aren't going to be discussing Power Rangers much today because I consider Super Sentai to be a separate series, since Power Rangers usually only keeps the fight scenes from the original shows. Instead, we'll be concentrating on the franchise Power Rangers gets its source material from, beginning with the first entry from 1975, Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger. But we only have 3 minutes to work with. Here goes nothing. The first Super Sentai series, Go Ranger, was developed by the creators of Kamen Rider, namely Shotaro Ishinomori and the studio Toei Company, and was apparently based on a scrapped idea for a show about 5 Kamen Riders that fought together. This show proved to be incredibly popular among young audiences, resulting in a whopping 84 episodes being produced. A follow-up show called Jakka Dengekitai about...
Okay, so it's like loosely based Kamen Rider. Okay. Okay. So if this was stay with Kamen Rider, it would just been a Kamen Rider show, but it branched off, became its own thing. Okay.
Heroes with a playing card motif followed, but proved to be nowhere near as popular, and the incredibly young franchise went dormant for the first and so far the last time. Ishino Mori left the series, and Toei moved on to a different project and partnered with Marvel Comics to produce a Japanese Spider-Man show, which gave the popular hero a gigantic robot. The show was well received, so the next year Toei and Marvel put out a series called Battle Fever J that was partially inspired by Captain America and reintroduced the idea of a team of heroes while keeping the giant robot idea. This show is considered to be the third Super Sentai series, and for a while was considered the first.
Like, my thing is, why would Spider-Man need a mech? Like, why would he need a mech? You know, why would he need a Megazord? I just want to know, like, why? I just want to know why. Like, why would Spider-Man need that? I just need to know.
Until 1993, when it was decided to include Go Ranger and Jaka, despite these shows not featuring a big mech. Battle Fever J was another success story, and after its release, Toei began to put out a new show about a team of young heroes in colorful costumes every single year, right up to today, for a total of 47 shows so far. The first two follow-ups had Marvel copyrights, but then Marvel dropped out and the series was wholly Toei's. The 16th installment in the series, Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger from 1992,
This is the one I'm still watching. I'm still watching this. I haven't caught up yet, but I'm still watching it. I'm at the point where I'm somewhere in the 30s. I'm somewhere at episode 30 something, close to the episode 40. I'm like, God, I can't even remember because it's been a while. I need to catch back up, but I'm like somewhere in the episode 30s. All I remember is, let me see, the Green Ranger, Blue Eye. He's got less time now. Rita, or Bandora in this case, in Zyuranger, her name is Bandora, is toying with Blue Eye, the Green Ranger. And now he has less time. That's the only thing I can remember. It's been a while. I need to go back to the series. I need to pick up back where I left off and continue it. I do want to make a video, a Freeport episode video for Zyuranger in the future, so I need to catch it back up, watch some on my off time, and then once I get there, I'll make a one video of a Freeport episode, kind of like how I've been doing, like one episode. Okay, I'll make like one video, and it's like 2 episodes or one video. So I'm gonna make a video of like a 3 episodes in one video when I get to there. But I do need to catch up though. But yeah, this is my first show, my first introduction. I figured, why not start where Mighty Morphin got is, started from. So, started with Zyuranger because this is what I remember as a kid watching as Mighty Morphin. But this is totally different than Mighty Morphin. Totally different. This not compared to Mighty Morphin. Mighty Morphin has nothing on this. Totally different. Like, a lot of stuff in this show, it clicks now. It makes sense now. Why things happen. It is what it is. But, yeah.
About a team of dinosaur rangers was the first to be adapted into a Power Rangers show by Saban, and most, but not all, of the following Super Sentai shows had at least some footage taken and used in Power Rangers shows, especially in-costume fight scene footage. Super Sentai episodes usually follow a distinct format in which the evil organization of the show, bent on world domination, unleashes a human-sized monster, called a Kaijin, with wacky abilities to try and achieve some villainous objective, and a member of the Super Sentai team learns about it and tries to stop the monster while also either learning an important life lesson or helping someone else, often a child, learn a lesson. It all culminates in an epic choreographed battle of the Super Sentai team against the Kaijin and a bunch of weak minions, in which the team does a roll call and poses before getting to show off their abilities and weapons and defeat the monster. Then the Kaijin usually gets revived and enlarged to a massive size, and the squad takes it out with their giant robot. Most Sentai teams have their own unique motif, such as pirates, ninjas, or animals, and beginning with Zyuranger, most get new Rangers, often silver or gold colored, added to the team in the middle of each series. There's also always been a toy selling aspect to these shows as well, but what did you expect? They're silly kids shows after all, often very obviously silly kids shows. But that doesn't mean you won't get some somber moments too, sometimes so serious you'll be blown away. And of course, I must mention the awesome practical effects. If for no other reason, you should watch these shows just for that. There's a little something for everyone in the Super Sentai franchise. See you next time.
Okay, guys, we watched both videos by Toko Professor. We watched the Kamen Rider video, and we watched the Super Sentai video. I do have 2 videos in my playlist that goes into more depth about Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, the history, the lore. I will be checking that on this channel. I'll be checking that on stream, diving more into the lore. But again, let me know what Kamen Rider series you want me to react to, and I'll make a video about it. I'll make a reaction video of me watching a Kamen Rider series. Let me know which one. I do need to finish Zoo Ranger, and I am watching Gar Ranger. I am making videos on Gar Ranger. I think Gar Ranger is like the funniest one so far. I just think it's so funny because like the things they do in that show is just too funny to me. It's just too funny. See that y'all big, showing me love on Gar Ranger. Y'all must love my my Tokusatsu videos, my Super Sentai videos. If you guys enjoy them, let me know. Like, I'm getting like a lot of views. I mean, sure, it's not like a million, it's not 100,000, but to me, it's like, that means y'all love it. Y'all giving me support. Thank you. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys. I do this as a fan of Tokusatsu. I do this as a fan of Super Sentai for Power Rangers. I do this as a fan. I'm trying to get to more series, trying to like learn more about other shows and stuff. But yeah, thank you, and let me know if you guys remember anything from '98. Let me know if you know anything about 1998 Godzilla. Let me know if, what version of Godzilla you guys like. Let me know if you guys was faithful like I was before COVID, going to see every Godzilla release, because I was going to see every Godzilla release before COVID. And let me guys know if you're a King Kong or Godzilla fan. Me, Godzilla all the way. That's my boy. Can't go wrong with Godzilla. But let's have a conversation in the comments below. Like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel. You want to see more stuff from the channel? Hey, again, I appreciate everything. Appreciate all the support, all the love. Love y'all. Peace.